Well, now that we're talking about health, let's go a bit more into it, a bit technical, and talk about drones that are delivering blood. Our policy think tank, Imani Africa, has waded into the much debated drone for blood and medical supplies deal. An article published on the organization's website today raises concerns about the details of government's contract with Fly Zipline. The company contracted to deliver the blood and other medical supplies. Imani says it has studied a large amount of published research about medical supply chain logistics, national blood management, national cold chain systems for biomedical distribution, and emergency care in Ghana. Let me share some extracts of what that article says with you. Now it says, in recent days, Imani's Vice President Kofi Bento has had a few unkind words to say about the government drone health supplies delivery program in conjunction with Silicon Valley Zipline International. Now that is surprising, as Kofi has been the most enthusiastic supporter of Vice President Bawumia's various digital initiatives within the Imani family, whose members have been generally more cautious. He says that some of the, this is from Zipline, by the way, he says some of the reactions on social media are based on a misunderstanding of the nuance. Kofi's approach to these issues, as he has carefully explained to the Imani-led team, has been completely consistent. He supports programs when they are innovative and not necessarily because they are novel. The difference is based on a simple test. Does a new initiative improve outcomes with fewer resources than current arrangements allow? If so, then it is innovative. Otherwise, it is merely novel. And novelty on its own doesn't cut it. On this deal have only been raised by civil society organizations. In Parliament, first by Deputy Speaker Joe Osei-Wusu, who has asked the Health Committee to take a second look at the agreement before it is approved. Now, the committee had recommended that the House approves the deal, but that was suspended after protest by the minority. The minority says the deal has been inflated by more than 600%, and the Civil Aviation Authority has not given approval for the deployment of the drones. Imani is not the only policy think tank raising issues about the deal. The Africa Center for Health Policy, ACEP, is also advising the government against substituting a robust infrastructure for the delivery of medical supplies with medical drones. ACEP has said that the needed infrastructure for the delivery of medical supplies has been non-existent for ages, a situation that continues to stifle efforts to make medical services and products available to all. The think tank raises concerns, and it goes on to say all the things that it thinks. Now here is PRO of the Ghana Health Service, Douglas Edufoko, responding to some of the issues raised.
It's talking of HR systems that human resources are not available to even do it. This is where we talk of the capacity building of the staff we have available. We have midwives available, and now we are trying to strengthen and put in measures to ensure equity distribution of staff. So it's a call for review of HR resources and also their job description, which is ongoing at the moment.
So you're telling us here now that as you develop or seek to introduce this drone system into Ghana's health service, you're doing some reviews across the board, generally. That's what you're saying.
Exactly. Things are going on. Measures are going to put in place. When you are improving your health system blocks, building blocks, you have to improve all at the same time. You prioritize, indeed, but the ambulance issue has been handled by the Ministry of Health, who, I think the minister came out and said, next year we are hopeful that we'll get something. So we are gradually improving and then trying to solve all the issues. But let me state it clearly that the drone, we are not buying it. And if the company, Zipline company, distributes less than or make less than 50 deliveries, 15 deliveries, we are not going to pay anything.
Okay.
If the company...
That is 15 deliveries to a particular...
Per distribution center.
Okay.
Because we have 4 distribution centers.
Okay.
If they make more than 15 deliveries, that's when we are paying $11,000. So it's not like we are paying, it's fixed. It's performance based. They are going to be paid based on their performance. You see, this is our country. Our health should be our concern. So some of these issues, we shouldn't politicize it.
Okay.
Let's think as neutrals, let's think as Ghanaians, let's think of our mothers, our innocent women who are in labor in the villages, in the hard-to-reach areas, who, in terms of emergency, when they're stuck out of blood medicine, they can't access and they lose their lives. As you speak, about 30% of mothers who die in labor are people it's through bleeding.
And they can't access because there's no blood or there's no way to transport the blood to them.
At times they're stuck out.
Betty Sabubeju there engaging the PRO. Now, away from that, let's still stay with something that has to do with drones. Because if you have large acre farms and monitoring and application of farming methods is your nightmare, hear this. With the introduction of locally built drones, you will be able to map out your farm, detect crop diseases, and do real-time monitoring of crop growth. That's not all. For those in the oil and gas sector, inspecting pipelines and other installations just got a rapid boost with these drones. For Tech Thursday today, we highlight the drone technology and how it could make life easier for many sector players in the Ghanaian economy.
Perfect. And now the rudder.
Built in two frames, one in the mold of an airplane and the other a tent-like make, the drones, according to manufacturers SKTAERO Shutter, can simplify work in various fields.
Drone technology is quite new. We have a unique opportunity here where drone technology just came and we can take advantage of it. We want to make sure that more of the youth get engrossed in this technology, which can transform the continent.
In an open field of Yachimota School, engineers are test flying the drones. 2 people operate the monitor and another 2 observe the readings on a device. Another set is gauging the humidity and temperature levels. And not far from where I stand, an erect pole has a red sack which shows the direction of the wind. All these are in preparation for the drones to fly.
I'll show you more.
Before long, the drones are set in motion, and with a little push, they fly high in the sky. These drones, according to manufacturers, have multiple purposes. In agriculture, large swathes of farm fields can be monitored. Crop diseases can be detected through the use of drones with specially fitted devices and cameras. Managing Director of SKTAERO Shutter, Derek Annan, says the technology is built to enhance the work of farmers and improve yield.
To do large-scale agriculture, let's say 10,000, 5,000 acres, it's very, very difficult to actually track the progress, or maybe you want to see a problem at a particular sector. Right? Assume you have 5,000 acres, you have to walk through the whole place to then identify a problem sector. But with the drones, you can easily deploy the drone and then it will go there to show that this is where the problem is.
Agric extension officers can also deploy the drone technology to map farm fields and carry out monitoring and inspection.
You can actually map maybe 10,000 acres within a week, whereas in the past it would take it 3 or 4 months to map 10,000 acres because you have to do it manually.
The oil and gas sector is said to be one of the beneficiaries of the drone technology. Oil and gas pipelines can be inspected real-time while other installations are protected. This, CEO of SKTAERO Shutter, Francis Owusu, believes can be harnessed to prevent invasion of a country's oil and gas infrastructure.
In oil and gas, we can inspect the pipelines, everything that was done conventionally by human with high risk and cost. We believe with drones we can bring it much cheaper and much safer.
These drones have the capacity of carrying monitoring and inspection equipment of up to 4 kilos, which include infrared devices, lasers, and other high-definition cameras. Engineer Ugo has been explaining.
The fixed-wing aircraft is an airplane-like aircraft. It's designed for long missions, long endurance missions. We can do more than 1 hour flight with different payloads like infrared cameras, multispectral cameras, RGB cameras. We fly longer with longer endurance and longer range.
Now, if you're worried about the weather conditions under which these drones can fly, listen.
Well, it's very important to have both systems exactly adapt to the demandings to the demanding temperatures and humidities, winds. So the fixed-wing aircraft is very wind resistant. We can fly with pretty high winds.
With the company currently in the final stages of its certification and documentation processes, managers say their manufacturing plant to be opened in Takoradi in the Western region will bring solutions to many of the construction nightmares and create jobs for hundreds of young people.